Morning all.
Morning, Mickey.
How are we? Okay?
Good, thank you. Michael from the BBC. Won't keep you for very long. Newport County, one of the few clubs that don't change managers very often. Obviously, you had Michael Flynn for a very long time. What's it been like getting used to someone else?
Yeah, I'm sure like everyone that's spoken to reporters this last couple of weeks, the new gaffer's come in. He's not had to change much, which I suppose is a compliment to the old gaffer and Hats. And obviously Hats is staying here at the moment, so he hasn't got to come in and do. He's going to put his own little stamp on it, but he hasn't got to change drastically. I suppose normally when new managers come in, it's for a team that aren't doing very well. So he's come in, fortunate for us. We are doing well. Yeah, we've had a couple of difficult results, but be all and end all, we're a good side, and he's come into a good side. He's just got to maybe put his own stamp on things, like I said, and we carry on as normal.
Obviously, in League Two, the dressing room changes a lot season by season. You've been here long enough to judge the merits of a squad. What do you make of this one in comparison to, you've reached 2 playoff finals in the last 3?
Yeah, we've got a very good squad in there. Like you said, I've been here. What's it now? We're 5 years in January, so I've seen a lot of players coming in and out of this club, and no, we're lucky enough. We always tend to, whether that's the old guard that stay here for that amount of time, that welcome the new players in, and it's like every year we're a good bunch of lads. We make sure everyone buys into this football club, and we put the performances on the pitch. And if people don't do that, then they get found out. But luckily, we haven't had many of them, if any, really. No, the new boys in there at the moment this year, we are gelling. It will take a little bit of time, and we're starting to do that.
Is it easier getting used to the new manager because a lot of you know him already because he's a Newport boy and he's only been up the road at Cardiff City?
Yeah, I think, obviously I've met him a couple of times outside of football because I know he's good friends with Hats. And when I've seen Hats out and about, they've been together in previous years. And so, yeah, a few boys know him. Obviously, Joe knows him very well from his days at Cardiff, and spoke highly of him when the rumours were that he was interested in the job. So I think that's like I said, going back to the first question, he's not had to come in and change everything. I think you haven't got to change anything if it's not broken. So we just need to keep adding to pick his brains on things, because obviously he's been at a higher club for a long, long time. He's going to come in and bring in different ideas, which is only going to help us.
You said in your first answer, it's not often a manager comes into a club doing well. That's maybe been overlooked because you're only 3 points off the playoffs. You're 4 points off third. There's no reason for this club not to be kind of looking higher up the table.
No, we always want to be looking as high as we can. And you look at the games where we've lost from winning positions. If we have held out on those games, then who knows where we'll be. But look, that's in the past. We can't dwell on that. We have to look to the future, starting tomorrow against Stevenage.
What are you expecting tomorrow, Mickey?
It's always a tough game against Stevenage. I think every time I've played them, whether it's been here or previous clubs, they're always a very hard team to play against. They tend to be very strong, very direct. So I'm sure their gaffer's got them playing some good football as well this year. So we'll have to wait and see and be ready for whatever turns up. But we know it will be, every game in League Two is a tough game, and it's not going to change tomorrow.
Good man. Thank you very much, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Morning, Mickey.
Morning, Chris.
How pleased were you with the way that the team sort of reacted to losing Matty so early last week?
Yeah, obviously that's the strength and depth we've got in this squad. We tend to have that throughout the years, and there's no change here. Obviously, Jake's come in, started the game and done very well. And then obviously when you're bringing Finn on, who's a very good footballer technically, and he's got so bundles of energy. You look at that midfield 4 that we had in there was energy around it. And obviously losing Matt, it was a big thing. Obviously he's a big part of the way we want to play. But I think we probably made us go in maybe a selection game. We still were able to play with the ball as we wanted to, but we sort of maybe created it a little bit further forward instead of starting it straight from the back. So no, hopefully Matty won't be too long. I'm not sure if you've been told yet, but I'll let you get told by the proper people. Hopefully it won't be too long. He's got his targets set in mind. It won't be that long, and then we'll go back to. I'm sure he'll be fighting fit because he hates missing games. He's like one of me. We've played a lot of games together. Everyone hates missing games, so hopefully he'll be all right.
James did say, by the way, so he's
right.
yeah.
I give it away. I don't even know the full extent of it yet. I've got to talk to Tom about it, so I don't think it's very long. So hopefully it's in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah. I remember James Clark saying in the past that Matty's sometimes it's almost like a comfort blanket because James wants to look forward and build a pass, but if one isn't on, give it to Matty and he'll find one. But I guess
that's what it is. It's one of them ones. We know what he can do with the ball. Everyone knows that, whether that's in a back three, in a back four, or in the midfield four. He's used to being on the ball. He's comfortable on it. So we know in any position, if we can't look forward and find a player, whether that's Hainsey, Azza, Ed, Robbie, whoever's in the middle of the park, or as one of our wing backs, we know that we can give it to Matty and he'll be as comfortable on it as anyone else. So he may be able to find something or he's got maybe the long range passing that maybe me and Clarky haven't got straight away. You can see that because I suppose if we've got the ball, he's already looking to see where he can give the ball if it does come to us. Where when we've got it, we're just looking to see what we've got. We know we've got Matty behind us, or we've got Joe. So we know we got to stay patient with it. I think that's the biggest thing. I think, can't remember what game it was. I know the crowd get a little bit agitated when we do keep the ball around the back, but as long as they trust us, that's all we ask for. We stay patient because I think what was the other? It was the Carlisle game. That was it. Obviously, we didn't start very well, going 1-0 down after 45 seconds, but it wasn't going to change the way we wanted to play the game. So we kept the ball, and the agitated fans wanted us to go forward. Obviously, we're losing 1-0, but the 2 goals we scored, I think we started from playing out from the back. So as long as they stay patient with us, it allows us to keep the ball, create the space that we need. Because there's no point in kicking it up to people that they're 6'5" centre halves are just going to head the ball. We need to keep it, and having Matty alongside us to be able to see that, and whoever's around the middle of the park, we've got some good players in there at the moment. So fingers crossed we can continue that tomorrow.
On a personal front, you've obviously got a lot to thank Pliny for, but is it also still quite good to have a bit of a freshen up in terms of a new manager? Be challenged in a different way.
I've been here as long as him, longer now. So no, I had a lot of things to be thankful for. Obviously, he signed me 3 times, re-signed me 3 times. So obviously, I'm massively thankful for that. Him and Hats, and like I said, it's just a new challenge. It's that we've got to perform for a new manager. That's all we've got to do. We had to perform for the Flynny, and now we've got to perform for the new one. And hopefully everyone's in there. Obviously, he's coming straight away. It's a fresh start for everyone. So there's always going to be the little bit of bounce around the place. Obviously, players that weren't maybe getting as many game time as they wanted, they've got to try and prove that they should be playing. So it's keeping us that were playing on our toes. So that's the benefit of having a new manager. So hopefully everyone's going to be on their toes, and we've got 25, 26 lads there that wants to play football. So that's only going to be a good competition for the lads at this football club.
And has it been a good week? Because it obviously is no midweek game,
which
is
the first full week, isn't it? So the training sessions have been good. It gives him the chance to work with everyone, because obviously the last training sessions he has had haven't really been able to do many things, because it's either been straight after Carlisle, a day before a game, so we can't really go too heavy on players, because obviously we need to have fresh legs for the next week. So obviously Tuesday, Wednesday, we had 2 good sessions in us, and sort of opened up to see what he wants to bring into the football club, and he'll have the same again next week.
And now it's just trying to get those back-to-back wins for the first time, isn't it?
That's the plan. Touch wood. That's the plan. We've got to try and give everything. It's going to be a tough game, like I said, but hopefully we put in a performance that warrants the 3 points.
Good stuff. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that, as usual.
Thank you.
Right, never mind the Matty Dolan love in here. I'm trying to inspire a Dom Telford love in today. I mean, he's 2 again last week, but I mean, he's on fire at the moment, Mickey. I mean, it must be great having someone who's scoring regularly inside. Yeah,
obviously it's brilliant when anyone's scoring regularly, but for Dom, I think everyone knows the struggle he had at the start of the season. He's fought his way back into the team, obviously under the old gaffer. He fought himself back in, and putting performances that wanted him to stay here. Obviously, he had it was well known that he wasn't in the plans, but he wanted to prove him wrong. I've been in the same position, not here, thankfully, but in previous clubs, I was in that same position and I did the same thing. So it doesn't always help when you're obviously disappointed that you're not playing, but he's come in day in, day out, worked hard on a training pitch and just waited for that chance. Because I suppose as a striker, if the people in front of you aren't performing, you are going to get that chance. And then he's come in, he's taking it. The goals he scored are fantastic. He's been in the right places, the right times. And he hopefully, touch wood, that continues, because obviously it's nice to have someone up there scoring goals regularly. I think him and Courtney have built a good partnership at the moment. So long may that continue.
Yeah, because you've always had sort of goals around the place, but since Podger's moved on a little bit, and getting someone into 15 to 20 is really where you need.
Yeah, well,
we've not
had that since obviously Jammer and Podge got over 20 each that year, that playoff year. So even last year we didn't have that, and we managed to get into the final. So we just need to. I suppose in that respect we are good at sharing the goals around. But I think as a defender, I'd rather, if someone goes and gets me 15, 20 goals, it means I haven't got to go and get 6 or 7. It just means if I do, that's only a bonus.
I just wonder what it's like having people like that on top of the game, scoring regularly, the enthusiasm they must come into training with, and then they always want to have the ball.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell it in training. You always want the ball. All the strikers always want the ball. Even if they're not scoring goals, they want the ball because they want to try and score a goal. It's just at the moment everything's going right for Dom, and thankfully, it's meant he's picked up a few points for us, and hopefully tomorrow he'll, touch wood, he'll get a few more tomorrow and keep that record going for himself. Because at the moment he's performing very well, and it's a good lift for us at the back, because we know that if we can get him the ball, he's going to create a chance, whether that's for himself or for someone else in the team.
So was it five in a row in the league unbeaten? There've been a few late scary moments like the Carlisle game, but you must feel you're building at the moment. Yeah,
we are building. It's always building. We are building phase at the moment. Obviously, like you said, new manager come in, going to put his own stamp on things. But he, like I said before, he hasn't had to change much. So we're just going out. We're not like we're robots, but we know how to play football. We know that if we cut out the mistakes, then we've got a good chance of winning the football game. So hopefully that'll touch wood. That will start tomorrow.
Yeah. And the rains come right on cue this month, but apparently there's a bit of grass left there. So
well, I think a couple of years ago, they think the game might be in danger of being called off at the amount of rain that came down last night. But no, someone said it's going to be a month worth of rain in the next 2 days. So fingers crossed that'll go overnight, because it's not enjoyable when it's that heavy. I don't mind a little bit of rain playing in it, but when it's too heavy, I remember Cambridge away last year, I think it was, couldn't even see the ball. So nobody likes that. It's not fun for the fans or anyone out there. So hopefully it stays away at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. See you later on. Cheers, guys.